opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 16. Herbert. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And he's got room. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
A pretty good route combination there, because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
A gain of 3, second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum, because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Jones. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give, right side. Teague. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
On first down, T, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd and 11 now, Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down at the 21 or 22. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. He will have the conversion and more than that. Touchdown! Xander Horvath, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Gay, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Jones, and he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard, and he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Herbert off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Herbert off of play action. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down now. Teague. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brooks there, he nicely pulled off a pretty decent game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action. It's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. With now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Eagles are once again back in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Elliott now to kick this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground. Teague. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off from the quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Herbert's throw is taken in by Waddle. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. They'll run on 1st down. Teague. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He was unable to use his size to break up much more yardage after the catch, but but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Herbert throwing again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Hard to guarantee they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make the down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Here we go. Right, 97.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From deep in their own territory. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. 24 yards as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Hey, ready?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Off play action. Jones. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go. 52 blaster. Black chop. Stick. Mega.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Thrown across his body and it's intercepted.
Feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Justin Herbert scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On 2nd and 10, Jones going deep here for Watkins. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know. Looking ahead.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Gay. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say. Those guys on the other...
Jones hit, and the ball's out. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 39.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Herbert. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Up the middle they go. T. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense put pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, T. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That's caught inside the 20. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a give right side. Gay. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Jones. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Herbert on first down now. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. a two-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. Now he'll dump it, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and picked up by the Chargers. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. T, and some room to run now. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 86 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. T. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
On the set.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Go.
Jones to throw on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Come on, set. Smash, head. Let's go. Go set.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point safely through. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Eagles 17.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
114 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On the double.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw. Jones. Smith catches left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. This offense so far on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be third and forever. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Ready, ready. Triple 38. Red, yellow, black ultra. Blue, go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On first down, Gay. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 99 yards. And the Chargers extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked.
But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Let's go.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Throwing Jones. And this is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Okay, ready?
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for the Chargers,